We're at a good point now where I got to roll this out to do the roll bar, so I'm just going to take it for a quick spin down the road. I think everything's kind of in place here enough. My car wasn't starting a couple days ago. I determined and found out it was a fuel pump relay. Just went bad sitting here. So I took the wing off. We're doing that removable wing deal. But I'm just going to take it for a quick rip down the road and see how it goes. Let me start it up for you guys. We also disabled the EWS, which now you can start it without pushing in the clutch pedal. Whoa, Jesus. Okay, so I'm a dummy and the traction control is on. Yep. So there's like guys unloading trucks and stuff, so we'll wait till it clears out a little bit and we'll take it for another rip. Looks good without the wing though too, I think. Could go either way. So yeah, it had a slight misfire here and there, or it like felt a little boggy. And also the traction control kicked on. I turned it off and then it kicked on halfway through. I'm not sure if the button just jostled around and got hit, but either way, I'm gonna have Vlad just delete that, get rid of it. We definitely don't need that. And it's been more of a hassle. You know, I tried blowing it around and it would just cut out, and you know, obviously traction control is kicking in. other than that, it felt good. It's awesome. You can actually see the front wheel and the front tire. So you can totally, you know, see what's going on with that. It's just a super cool thing there. So, yeah, I'm glad it's back and running. So that's awesome. Okay guys, we're gonna try some point of view filming. We'll see how this goes. We're gonna just try to switch things up a little bit, see if we can improve our channel quality a little bit here. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I had this harebrained idea to suspend the spoiler from the lift, okay? That way there's no interference with the arms, and I can adjust it, and then my aluminum tubes that I have over there, we can get that sorted out and be just have an easier way to do things. So let's see. I'm really off center, but that's all right. And then centering, it's a whole different story. So we'll kind of have to cross that bridge when we get there. This is definitely gonna have to go this way. All right, let's knock in these tubes and see how well they fit. They came out okay. I marked them left and right somewhere. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Little tap-tap-a-roo. Not a big Adam Sandler fan. I don't know about you guys. All right, that one went way easier. The other one one of the stubs must be at a funky angle where it's bound up a little bit. Okay. So that there is at a much more aggressive angle. I think I want it a little bit more aggressive than it was, but not too much. And I also think I can go forward. Yeah. Okay. Too aggressive. These Street Fighter Ninja Z spoilers are kind of tricky. Either way, how about those angry eyes? Dang. Okay, I think that's it. It definitely needs to be higher. It needs to be more angled, and I am liking where it's at. Let me get this kind of clamped into place, and we'll have to make some new risers, but I think we're in the neighborhood here. Okay guys, getting back to getting this wing mounted on, let me show you how I'm making this template. Now, I wasn't thrilled with the look of these round tubes, but I think we can utilize these and gusset it in a way that these will look rad. So what I've done here is I've just taken and I've created the profile that matches this profile to the bracket, or to the bottom of the wing, rather. So my idea here is to create a straight line like this, right? So actually, while we do that, and you know what? We have the right tool for the job too. That's 90 degrees right there. And y'all are gonna have to trust me on this one. So I think I can actually widen this bracket, widen this up more, fatten it up. And then maybe we could scallop the back a little bit. Like one of these deals. Or I could just leave it and dimple dye it. It needs to be wider though. So I think it needs to be considerably wider. So I'm gonna redo one of these here. All right guys, so this is where we're at. So I think this is going to make a dramatic difference in the look of everything. And I might throw a couple dimple dyes, or I just might leave it solid to keep it a nice looking piece. So what I did was, we have this, it's a little off, that's okay, at approximately 90 degrees. And what I'm going to do, I'll do it right now. So that will be our inside piece. And this will be our top piece. And now these are gonna get welded right in the center of the tube. So I'll have a flat piece here, flat piece there. The tube, this bend and this radius will pretty much go away. And also, with that, we're at the lowest, we'll be at the pretty much the lowest setting now. And then we'll be able to adjust it up probably another inch, so the wing will be able to tilt there, and it will pivot on this rear point. And in the future, if we need to go higher, we can just add a plate to this one and just build a riser essentially. And it gives us a lot of opportunity there. So that's how we're looking right now, and I think we're in pretty good shape. So what I'm going to do is cut these apart, trace it onto, make sure it fits, the cardboard fits in the radius and everything, trace it onto some aluminum, and we'll get this stuff tacked in place. My goal is to get this wing on and bolted up today with this style setup. So that's what I'm here to do, and I plan to do it. Okay, check it out. We got our patterns here. And I'm going to use 3/16 aluminum on the top portion here. It'll be a little beefier. Oops. A little beefier, but that's okay. We want to have the strength of this aluminum here. And you know what? I visually was looking at it, and it kind of needs to almost go down a little bit more. So I'm just going to extend that down there. And then for the centerpiece, so this piece here, we're going to use a thinner aluminum. This is, geez, I don't even know what this is. 16 gauge, 14 gauge, something like that. So we're going to use this for the centerpiece, because this is really pretty much all aesthetics. It does not need to be strong in that area, because just the way the tube is bent and the thickness of the tube and everything, it's going to be plenty. But to give us the look that we want, I'm going to use this thinner stuff. So that's 3/16 plate. And it just cut it like butter. I'm gonna take it to the bandsaw now. I'm gonna run the bandsaw vertically, and I'll slice these out, and the same thing on here. So let me get these cut up, and I'll get right back with you. Well, here we are, guys. We are ready to tack these on. So I marked it where it's gonna be, and check this out. The only thing I need to do is, once this one's tacked on, I just need to make a straight line so it's in plane with this piece here. This one's a little far forward, but once it's plane, and I think that's really gonna shape this whole thing up quite a bit. So I'm happy with this. I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel, obviously, on it, and it's all gonna be removable anyway. So if something down the pike comes along that we want to change, we can definitely do that. But right now, this is gonna be pretty freaking sick looking, I think. Quick tip, I was just getting ready to tack on this other support, I guess you'd call it, and I just wanted to go over something real quick. When you're welding aluminum, it has to be super clean. If you ever welded aluminum or are about to try to weld aluminum, if it's not clean and you don't have enough gas coverage, you are going to be in for a really bad time. What I do to clean it is I use red Scotch-Brite, and I just give it a nice scuff and then clean with acetone. Do not use brake clean and do not use lacquer thinner. There's, I don't know what it is in there, but once that gets on there, it leaves almost a film and that burns off and it's really bad for you. Welding's terrible for you to begin with. You don't want to do anything else to exacerbate an already bad thing. I mean, you're breathing in smoke and fumes and gas and all sorts of stuff on a regular basis if you do it on a regular basis, and you do not need to add any more nasty chemicals to the mix. Okay, that's my PSA for aluminum at the time, for the time being. Also, we are using 5356 welding rod, 3/32 thick, and the tungsten we are using is this stuff here. It's 2% lanthanated, 3/32 tungsten, and it works really well on aluminum. I use the blue stuff, I call them, for aluminum, and then I'm sorry, that's blue too. And then for stainless or steel, I use 2% thoriated, 3/32 generally, unless it's something really thin, then I'll go 1/16. But generally 3/32 covers about anything I do. You can get, you know, if you sharpen it real good, you can get a nice razor point. And also from my experience with 3/32 tungsten, I can weld right about to 200 amps before the tungsten you start to lose it a little bit. And I rarely do anything that thick. 200 amps is pretty much 1/4 inch to 3/8 aluminum. That's kind of that territory. I don't do anything really greater than 3/16 thick aluminum on a regular basis. So that's what works for me, and that's what I'm using on this project here. All right, we got our wing tacked together and vice gripped on. So I'm gonna roll it out and just see how it looks. I angled the wing a little more, raised it and gave it a little more of an angle. Does look a little high, but that's not a big deal. We can come down with it. Or I could just leave it. I think I'm gonna send it. I think I'm gonna send it for now. It's a removable wing. It's pretty wild. But when that radiator's in there, it's gonna totally change it. I mean, you know, right now we're just talking a visual thing. But it's going to be functional, and when there's a big old radiator back here, and I think I'm gonna take a lot of your guys' advice and lean it backwards and possibly do a roof scoop. So once we start getting all those things factored in, you can picture the roof scoop, you know, roof scoop, radiator, big wing. It's all gonna come together pretty wild. Or I had an idea. Also, now that I just mentioned it, I know we talked about a roof scoop. What about a couple side scoops instead? So a flat roof, that way the wing doesn't have to get any higher than it is, but maybe like a couple like pod scoops coming out, and that will also give us protection in the passenger compartment. So maybe a couple of scoops out the side, who knows? These are all welded up. Time to dimple die. That's pretty cool. The heat from welding it kind of got this panel wiggly. But, oh, this one's gonna be this side. Right, it's the right side. That's pretty slick. I like that. All right, gotta copy that to the other side. All right, guys, it's pretty much dusk, and I want to see what these flames look like in the evening. So let's go on a little field trip. We'll just go up and down the road real quick, see if we can see some cool stuff. Well, guys, I'm about to call it a night, but I think that's the answer. Once these are all painted, I think you'll really not notice the tube as much. I dig them though. Fun stuff. Exponentially lighter too than the steel option that I was originally going to go with. So very happy with this. I'm gonna drill some holes, get this wing mounted, and go home and eat dinner.